I want to talk about showing you how to use my flash calculator so you can get one-shot exposures every time when you're shooting in a manual system. So what we're going to do is look at this guide, set exactly and follow this guide and show you how you can get the proper exposure. So what we're going to do is start off with f11, okay? And I'm going to be at f11 ISO 100, and according to the guide it says that I should be at half power at about 6 feet away. So we're going to take our flash and we're going to have it about 6 feet away, okay? And then I'm going to test to see, is that pointing at you down a little bit? A little bit down, okay? This one is like clicks in. That good there? Yeah. Okay. So I'm about 6 feet away. Is that too much down now? Because I felt like when I tightened it,
maybe it's like a smidge.
Right. Let me just see if this works. Is that okay? Or yeah. That's close. Okay. So 6 feet away. I am going to set this flash on my transmitter. This is A to 1/2 power. Okay, so I'm changing it to 1/2 power. And then I'm going to make sure on my camera I'm at f11 at ISO 100, and I'm going to start at 1/60th of a second. Okay, and so I'm going to line this up right here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So I'm getting a perfect exposure at f11 with 1/2 power. Okay, now I am going to change that. Let's go back to the flash calculator again. Let's choose a different setting. So let's try 5.6 at ISO 200. Now, according to my chart here, that says I should be at 1/16th power. So let's do that. I'm going to turn A. I'm going to turn it to 1/16th power. Then I'm going to turn my f-stop to 5.6, and I'm going to turn my ISO to 200. And let's see what happens, right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect, getting the same exposure. Let's do it again. Let's do one more example, and let's pick something else. Let's just go according to the flash calculator. Let's try something low. Let's go to 2.8 at ISO 100, which is 1/32nd power. Okay, so we're gonna go 2.8. What did I say, 1/32nd power? So I'm going to adjust my flash first. I'm going to go to 1/32nd power. I'm going to put it on f2.8. And then ISO 100. And according to that chart, it should look like the same exposure again, okay? And ready? 1, 2, perfect. Okay. So you're going to see that we used completely different settings. We went by the flash guide and we're shooting everything in manual, and we got the same exposure for each shot. And that's how easy it is to use the flash calculator. Now, what I'm going to do is bring in my umbrella, okay? And that's going to bring some softer light on the subject. And as I said before, that umbrella takes away 2 stops of light. But if I bring my light in half the distance, I gain 2 stops of light. Okay? So it's a wash. So I can still go by my chart. I just see whatever it is. And then if I have an umbrella, instead of 6 feet, I just put it at 3 feet, and it's all the same. Okay? So let's do that. I'm going to put this umbrella on. This is the most simple diffuser that you can get. It's low cost. It's easy. If you lose them, it's not a big deal. You can get another one. And so let me just open this up. Let's see if I can get this. Put it in there. There you go. You have to make sure that your flash is out of the way too. Okay, so now, when you're using an umbrella, okay, if you get it too close and you put it like that, you're not giving the flash enough time to spread the light. So, but then if you do it too far, then you're losing a lot of distance and losing a lot of power. So generally, I kind of like to keep it around there, and that should work for me. So, not too far, not too close, and that should spread the light. Okay, and so now I'm gonna bring this in to about 3 feet from my subject. Okay, I'm gonna raise it a little bit higher, so the closer you bring the light into your subject, the lower you have to bring it down a bit. Okay, and so I still like it slightly above my subject. Okay, and that looks good. Now, you have a lot more leadway in that light hitting your subject because it's softer and it's wider. So in general, you don't have to ask your subject if the light is pointing at them because it's so close and it's so large that the light's gonna fall on them. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, so I didn't change anything, right? I'm still what we said we are. Let's just check just in case I hit something. 2.8 at ISO 100 says 1/32nd power, which I'm at. I'm at 1/32nd power. I didn't change anything. I just put an umbrella on it and I just moved it half the distance, which is 3 feet. So let's take another shot like that. And ready, 1, 2, 3. Great. And you're gonna notice a vast quality in the type of light. But I didn't change anything. All I did was change the distance and put the umbrella on. And so you can use that chart and use an umbrella, but you just have to bring it into about 3 feet. And that is the magic formula for taking a great portrait is using and diffusing your light so it's at least 30 inches and put it at about 3 feet from your subject. You are gonna get some beautiful light. So again, using that flash calculator is very easy. Just follow what it says. And if you wanna add an umbrella and soften the light, you use the same calculations and just bring your light in half the distance, which is 3 feet, and you'll be right on.